butterflies. Y'all come on in the building. About to drop my phone. Hold on. While y'all coming in, I'm going to do what I got to do. Turn this phone down. First of all, done. All messages. Get this phone on so I can read the messages. And wait on y'all to come in. How about that? So tonight, while I'm waiting on y'all to come in, we're going to talk about hell here on earth. Baby, y'all wanted to talk about the Diddy story. Every day when I do my little research to find out what happens, it just gets worse and worse. But I don't want to concentrate too much tonight on what has happened that's bad. I'm going to tell you a little bit of the good he did also. You know, in every bad story, there ought to be some good in it also. So let's talk about that. Hey, everybody coming in. Okay. Now, hit the like button for me on the way in. Let's see what y'all talking about. Y'all know I'm having a bad hair week, so I just had to get out the shower and find something to put on my head. I didn't want to do the head bonnet thing. I ain't ready to go to bed, so I was just like, okay, straw season ain't exactly over because fall is not here. When fall come in? Soon. And I'm gonna wear the straw hat tonight. Hey Tasha, how you doing, Lisa Pooh? Hey Elaine. So now, Elaine, I got the right Elaine. Apparently, I saw your comment where you said, Ms.V, it has to be another Elaine out here because that wasn't me. So maybe I got two Elaines now. I'm not sure, but much love to both of you. Hey Latina, how you doing, sugar? Miss Misty's in the building. I brushed my teeth, but I don't think I got all that meat out. Um, Auntie, why do you look like you're going to a funeral? Going to a funeral with a straw hat on? Girl, I don't know. I hope I don't look like I'm going to a funeral. This ain't no funeral. Would you wear this to a funeral? Huh? This look more like outside to me. I don't know, Tasha. I didn't intend for it to look like a funeral. But maybe y'all need me to go change my clothes. I ain't gonna do it. Y'all get on my nerves. I ain't lying. Y'all be doing too much. Let me see. She's saying to you, look like you going to a funeral. I ain't never been to no funeral dressed like this, Tosh. I haven't. All cut low in there. It just looked like a little top you wear outside to me. But, you know, people go to funerals looking different kind of way in different kind of areas. But here in the South, we kind of dress up. We kind of dress at people, okay? We tend to get a little casual up on occasions. But when we trying to rock something outside the house that's an event, we putting on some clothes. For the most part, I was right for calling you Queen V. Okay, now this one come in and call me a queen. The other one said, I look like I'm going to a funeral. I can't with neither one of y'all, okay? Hey, Miss Audrey, how you doing? Hold up. Okay, let's take care of a little business first. So, Sting got her cash out for her lunch. Alex did, and Miss Jackie did. Miss Audrey, you were not in here when I bought lunches. So I asked them, I wanted to buy lunches for my moderators. And I asked them to send a request for a cash app for $25 to $ Vieta Brown. So I can buy your lunch. Because you were not in here and the rest of them already got theirs. Okay. Um, Just a little appreciation. That's all. Let you know I appreciate you coming in because you don't have to. Um, hey, Lily. Good evening, Ms.V in chat. Looking mighty spiffy. Now, that was my mom's word there, Lily. Spiffy. I hadn't heard that since she left here. 1999 was the last I heard of spiffy. Okay? I'm just trying to hide a bad hair night. That's all. And I didn't really want to put on another cap because of the top. And I had already just looked in the closet and pulled down this top. And then Nisa Poo talking about I look like I'm going to a funeral. God dog it, I can't with y'all. Um, you're looking gorgeous. Okay, now I'm looking gorgeous. Well, I'm just looking different to everybody. So that's a good thing. I like being different. Okay, I'm going to a funeral looking different, but spiffy and gorgeous. How about that? Okay. Hi, Kimberly McNeil. Good evening. How are you? See, a lot of y'all went over here when I first came out because every day, just about in the spring and the summer, I came out with a straw hat on. So for Tasha, I would have been going to a funeral every day. I love hats, Tasha. So you're going to be seeing them more and more. I'm going to be going to more and more funerals. I hope not, but if that's the look, that's what it's going to be. Looks like you going out tonight. Okay, so Mr. say I'm going out. I'm going out of the living room into the bathroom and get dressed for bed. And I'm going to go in the bedroom and lay me down. That's what I'm going to do, okay? Earlier, I thought about going over to Sisters and watch the game, but I knew if I went over there and watched the game, I wasn't coming out here with y'all. But y'all being disobedient because y'all still not hitting that like button on the way in. That just should be an automatic thing for you. Just that's all I need from y'all. Hit the subscribe button and hit the like button. Okay. Thank you. You like the look. Oh, you love the look, says Kimberly. Okay. Hey, Timmy's topic. Good evening. How are you? Happy Friday Eve. Today was Thursday. Don't get me confused, Wanda. You know I get confused quick. You'll have me not going to work in the morning. Tomorrow is Friday. Are you out the country? Maybe it is Friday to you. Where are you going, Miss V? Looking fabulous to bed. Can't with y'all. Y'all getting on my nerves for real. Miss V, today is Diddy's birthday. Poor Tink Tink. Yes, Miss Audrey. Polar thing is gonna be on a steel frame with a 1.5 inch pad. No pillows in jail. And they didn't mention the covers. So I don't know if he has just a sheet over him or what. But today I read about the deplorable conditions of that jail. I just read a snippet yesterday, but it got into detail today. Now, this prison or jail, it's not a prison, it's a jail, a detention center, was built in 1999. So that hadn't been that too long ago. And it was built for the overcrowding of the inmates, the people who were waiting to go to trial. It is in Brooklyn, and many top name celebrities have been through there. Y'all remember Michael Cohen? That was the attorney for Donald Trump. He spent time there. Yeah, R. Kelly spent time there. And it's just disgusting from what I read. It's not a place where you would put a human being. But once you do high level crimes like this and you have to be tried in New York, that's where you're going. He'd have been better off to have not done such a high level crime, in my opinion. I lost my brother-in-law today. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Elaine. Pray hands up for Elaine. She lost her brother-in-law today. Ooh, I hate to hear that. Mm. Will the 9K be lunch? Will the 9K be lunch? No, we usually give gifts at 9K, Tasha. For every thousand I've hit, I've given away gifts. I've given away a portable TV. Y'all got to help me with this because that's 9 gifts ago. Um, I've given away money. I think uh $300 at one of them. I've given away an automatic car starter. Um, I can't remember all the stuff we've given away, but they've been very happy and very pleased with it. 2 cell phones, 2 tablets. I don't know. I never know what I'm gonna do, Tasha, until I get close to it. And then I'm just out there shopping and looking, and all of a sudden I'm like, this would be nice. And that's what I do. Hey, Pepper. Ms.V, you are so kind. The best lunch to wait a minute. Ms.V, you are so kind. The best lunch to get me is a prayer. That's more than enough. Thank you, Ms.V. Okay, well, it's left up to you. I offered, okay? But I can do that prayer because I gotta pray before I go to bed anyway. I always pray before you lay. Hey, Miss Sandra McHenry. Just got home, just checking in, showing love, Miss V. You rocking that, looking like my sister Brenda. Ah, family, huh? Okay. All right. Hey, love life, you back? Good job. Good job. You find your way back home. All righty then. Um, Mr. Say, please hit that like button. And I don't know why it's not coming all the way through on this telephone, but it's not. It looks like it's only 22. So we need to bring it on up. Lawana is laughing about something. Hey, Dustin, how you doing? Welcome to Chatting with Ms. V. Diddy's in a cell by himself. Yes, Miss Misty. It's a federal jail. They called it the Metropolitan Detention Center. Okay, but it is for federal crimes. I guess that's what you're going to call it. But I did read today where he has been taken from the general population because of so many crimes that happen inside of the jail. They've had a lot of stabbings inside of there, and they are afraid for him because he's such a high profile that somebody in there would just take him out just because of who he is to say that they took him out. Okay? So he's faced with a bunch of crimes, which we've already talked about. And it's truly shocking to me to find out that this is the place that they would put him. But I guess he's no better or no different than anybody else, and other high profile people have been there, so it is what it is. Pepper's saying, oh, my condolences to you, Elaine, from Miss Audrey and from Chatting with Miss V and the chat. Lawana's throwing up prayer hands for you, Elaine. Elaine, I'm sorry for your loss. May he rest in peace. Lily's giving you condolences as well. Kimberly's throwing up prayer hands. And Mister's back to P. Diddy. Yes, sex trafficking and racketeering. Those are some really heavy charges. So he remains in jail until his sex trafficking and racketeering charges come forth. That's some shocking texts also came out when they did the raid of the 2 houses, the one in Miami and the one in California. And I'm sure they have so much evidence now until that is why they're not letting him out. Because, first of all, he's a billionaire, so he's a flight risk. He owns his own plane. With that much money, you can take off on your own plane and you could go anywhere in the world and hide out and change your whole identity. You change your face, your everything to not even look like him. Okay. Pepper saying, right, when they do these things, especially to other people, to think that our God will allow you to walk away. Either you don't believe in God or your sins are blinding you. That is very true, Pepper. You might can get away with it for a while, but sooner or later, you're going to have to serve time for the crime. And it's all going to be revealed, just like this. He never thought when he was out there taking pictures with his fans and stuff that that was going to be his little last walk of fame and that he was going to walk up in there. Now, he knew that this was coming because I read that he's been in New York since September the 5th, but he didn't know what day it was going to be. But I keep saying deep down in my mind, I'm thinking that he thought that he was going to be able to walk in there, get a bail or a bond, and go on home for the night. But it seems like this is his new home. This is his new residence. Okay? Media started that Tito died from a heart attack. I kind of thought that. And I did read that somewhere in the very beginning, but it wasn't certified information. So I didn't want to put it out there. Diddy thought he was above the law. And they all do. They all think because they have so much money, they can just keep buying and buying and buying. But everybody can't be bought. It's just like I read also where he shot another woman in the face at a nightclub. This information may have already been out there, but I wasn't really researching anything about him before now. So it's just a whole lot of stuff that has gone on. They even mentioned Jennifer Lopez tonight in the article I was reading and said that he never really wanted to marry her. And then what they were asking, well, has he ever had a wife? According to the article I was reading, he never married any of these women, but he's had 7 children by multiple women. The judge will not give him a bond. No, he's a flight risk. And you can kind of understand that. You turn him loose out there with that much money, and you will never ever be able to give him a trial that hasn't been tainted because he's gonna buy him out. And then he could be a flight risk for real. Like I said, he could go out and buy his own private island somewhere and never be seen again. Hey Carla, how you doing? Good evening. Looking okay, loving the look as always, Ms. V. Thank you, Carla. They stated Diddy should have joined Russell Simmons overseas hiding from the feds also. Yes, I saw a little I just went through a whole bunch of articles, so I was just reading a little bit of this and a little bit of that. But they also stated in that article that Russell Simmons kind of like showed him the ropes of how to do things. And he had 1,000 bottles of baby oil. I hope he had stock in that baby oil. 1,000 bottles? That's a lot of hanky panky going on up in there, okay? God dog, did it? Shoot, you should have invested in the baby oil company. You buying that much of it? This Diddy case will continue into 2025. Yes, it will. Maybe to the end of it. Who knows? But he'll sit in jail until it's all over said and done, just like they did R. Kelly. And they'll take him from one place to another if they have to. Exactly. Can't buy me. And all those people who knew what he did and said absolutely nothing are just as guilty as he is. Exactly. They're accomplices. And they should take them down for a little time and let them sleep on that steel bed as well as the 1.5 inch mattress on there with no pillow. That just sounds like a bad headache. Got to wake up at 6 o'clock every morning. He has to mop his cell, probably for the first time since he's been pretty wealthy. He's picked up a mop, but he will have to mop his own cell. And his food is going to be limited while he's in this detention center. There's also, I don't know if y'all have heard about this one, but his name is America's Man. won $100 million in a judgment against Diddy for alleged sexual assault. This was a younger person. I remember seeing him a while back. So his sentence could be anywhere from 15 years to life. From where I stand and from what I see him more on the backside of this. Not 15 years where he's going to be able to get out and do something with his life. No, I see more like on the life side, or many years where they know he'll be too old or he'll be gone, one or the other. He was stocking up just in case it was a shortage. I guess so, Pepper. I guess so. But like I said, that was a dumb move on his part. Being a businessman, you should have either bought you a baby oil company or you should have taken stock out in the baby oil company that you were buying it from. And you better be got a discount on it too, buying that many balls at one time. Come on now, Diddy. We talking business now. Also stated that R.J. Brandy brother is scared he'll be arrested or feds looking into him. T.D. Jakes called Diddy his son. Hope he's not involved. But they did kind of party together there. That came out also in the pictures of T.D. Jakes being there at some of the parties. And Brandy's brother has been a little shady ever since he's been out there as a celebrity. So I just pray he doesn't get tied up in this, because he was also indicated in the Whitney Houston drug, I don't know what you want to call it, debacle of whatever took her life, that he was one of the runners for her. So I don't know, poor thing. He probably was planning to have 1,000 babies. Ooh, 1,000 women, one. That's what I think. The baby oil was for the women. That's just me. That's my way of thinking. It didn't say that now. Audrey is laughing at Tajisti. All that over sex addiction. They both had the same problem. He and R. Kelly both. Freak Nick. But why not just go get the help then? You getting it now. He's already in therapy now. And it may just be what his attorneys has told him. Look, go in, start doing your therapy now, because that'll help you. That'll make you look better. Okay? Cooking with Big Boss T is up in the building tonight. What's shaking? How you doing? Did he need contact R. Kelly? Hey, you need a roommate. Well, R. Kelly has already been there. He served his time in there, and he's moved on now. But you remember, R. Kelly didn't really have too much of a fuss about this. I think before it's over, Diddy's gonna be crying like a baby off, and he's a softer version to me. He ain't the kind of rough, tough R. Kelly. I don't see that. I really don't. All that baby oil sounds real, real suspect. You ain't never lied, Carla. I know, right, Audrey? What did Audrey say? Didn't need to contact R. Kelly. Yeah. Trump's lawyer, Michael Cohen, he's been in there. In fact, he was the one who I was reading described this place. Yep. But let's talk about some of the things that he owns. How did he make this $1 billion? Now, in my mind, I still, after I tell you all the things that he owned, I still don't see $1 billion. Okay, he owned Bad Boys Records. He owns Capital Prep in Harlem, which is a school. That's a good thing. Okay. Sean John, the clothing line. Revolt TV and Media. He's a 7 times platinum artist, responsible for making Mary J. Blige, Notorious B.I.G., and Usher. He came out with No Way Out in 1997 and Forever in 1999. He also had The Saga Continues, which was a play or a musical, whatever you want to call it. That was back in 2001. Press Play came out in 2006. So he's been doing a lot of stuff here with his life over 30 years. How can you work 30 years and do all of these things? And that's not all of the businesses. I'm going to tell you about some more businesses also. But he hails from Harlem, which tells me that he probably had a pretty rough life starting out. Water tonight. So he had just joined the Billionaires Club, according to the Forbes report that came out from a former editor, Zach Malley. Just got in. He also has a partnership with Ciroc, the liquor, okay? But he made the most money annually, which was $60 million from Dagra, okay? And that's where the buck of the fortune comes from. The Capital Prep Harlem is a magnet school. Again, another good thing. He has helped many, first generation people to go to college for the first time. Okay? Another good thing. He owns wines and spirits. Ciroc, Ultra Premium, and DeLeon Tequila. There's also another drink that's a lifestyle beverage, Miss Audrey, called Aqua Hydrate, some type of water, which I didn't know. Miss Audrey say, Ms.V, come on now, baby oil for the men on men. Oh, okay, I didn't think about that, Miss Audrey. Okay, I'll agree with that too. To say celibacy is the way to go, people. Well, if you can't, the way ain't to go is to go out there bringing foreign people into this country and using them for sex slaves. The way that's not to go is to have underage women or men at these parties. None of that is going to work out in your favor in the end. It's just not. Miss Audrey's agreeing with you, Tajisi, on the celibacy. Miss Pepper says it seems to be more men involved than women. I told you last night or whatever, whenever we were talking about it, there was a lot of homosexuality going on. Lordy, I would have never thought Big Worm, Phrasion, would have been part of this mess. It's a whole lot of people you're going to be surprised before it's over with. He wasn't up in the party by himself. And he had many, many, many parties. And it's not going to surprise me if TD Jakes is caught up in the homosexuality either. It's not. I'm not going to be surprised at all. Stealing from the artist that he managed. He did that too. Hey, Sting. I saw where you got your cash app. Thank you so much, Sting. I appreciate you. So I'm late. Was in the shower. It's okay. You know, the replay gonna stay up. And I don't demand nobody to ever have to be in here. I do it. I'll make a mod. I've always told y'all that. The Chris Lee, he and his wife went fed prison 1 year ago for tax fraud, and they have a lengthy sentence. He gonna get a lengthy one too, because he got a lot of charges. A whole lot of them. Just say he's 54 now. Even if they gave him 30 years, that would be 84. That's an old ass man. And chances of him living that long in the type of prison or jail that he's in, it's going to be slim to none. I mean, you could catch anything up in there just breathing. It's that bad, y'all. Diddy had to keep his dirty money moving with different clarity so no one would think about the dark side. I have to agree with that because I don't see a billion in the stuff that I've named so far. I don't see you making a billion. Now, I looked up what Jay-Z was worth and what he was worth. Supposedly, he had just made the Forbes report for a billionaire. Jay-Z is worth 1.5 billion. And this man has way more investments than Diddy did. So I have to think you're correct where he was moving this money from one thing to another. And it might not all be tangible. A lot of this might be on paper, okay, as assets, but not tangible money, if you know what I mean. Okay? So today he's housed in a special unit in Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. 3 hots and a cot. How can you go from a mansion in Los Angeles, a mansion in Miami, overnight to a new resident that's roach infested, dirty, nasty, commodes running over, steel bed, 1.5 inch mattress on the bed, no pillow, a prison number, 3 hots and a cot. Now that just don't make no sense to me. Instead of somebody, see, when people do stuff like that, in my mind, I think nobody loves you. Because nobody bothered to tell you that this was going to be a dog road with no end to it. Diddy has 7 kids, and the 2 young ones will never get to grow up with him like the other 5 did. They say Jay-Z might be, let me go back, a suspect too. That's been rumored, and most definitely has. Okay. BD, ma'am, I'm so sorry to write this here in your life. My mom is sick and I'm really need. You been over here before? Okay. I'm sorry to hear about your mom. The last time you came in, there was another story. Okay. Um, let's see, going on. Pepper, exactly, Ms.V. New York federal prison sounds real rough. Well, let me describe it to you. It was what Trump's lawyer described. He said is he's waking up to cinder block white walls, no windows. He has how many feet? It's an 8 by 10 room, which is small. It's like a little small bedroom. But you got to remember, in this 8 by 10 room, it's a lot of stuff off in there. It's this steel bed in there that you can't move. You got a commode in there that's overflowing. Hopefully there's a face bowl. They didn't mention nothing about a face bowl, but I hope they got a face bowl in there to wash that face in their hands. Baby. And also it was like 5 feet of the 8 by 10 is all the walking space you have off in there. Now, right now, he's not sharing a space with anybody because they have him in like protective custody. Okay. Trump's lawyer needs to revisit. They have a sink, but it's all mixed in with the toilet. The sink is on the top. On the top of the toilet, Steve? I ain't never seen nothing like that before. Oh my God. They said that this place has been plagued with violence, chronic understaffing, a lack of medical care. Now, I remember them saying that when R. Kelly was in there, that he needed medical attention and he wasn't getting the medical attention that he needed. And unsanitary conditions. Many have spoken out about the barbaric conditions and the stabbings at least a couple of times a week. Hey, Pierre. And there's been many other famous people who have been there and housed there. So if they could go there and be housed there, why can't he? Maxwell, remember her? Fry Festival frauds, which would have been Billy McFarland and R. Kelly, are a few that they name, have been housed there. So we're gonna see how tough and how rough he is now. Let's see. Carla saying, "Oh wow, Sting, or Miss Audrey, prisons are not to be like the Marriott or Embassy Suites. Inmates got stimulus checks, did they? And some prisons allow spouse mating monthly. Ooh, I wouldn't want to go up in there mating. Mm-mm. Forget it. No, it's over. Call it a day. Sorry it had to end that way. It's over. I'm not going up in there. Mm-mm. Come out with all kind of fleas and diseases and don't know where you got it from. Well, you probably would know where you got it from. Okay. This place has been described as disgusting and horrifying. This is now what Diddy calls home, a far cry from the mansions he used to or maybe still owns. He's been trying to put these mansions up for his bond to get out and be free. The judge ain't buying it. He didn't buy it Tuesday. They got him in again on Wednesday with a different judge, and they both said no. Remember, he wanted to even put up the mother's house, which I was pissed about that. Supposedly, the mother has a home in Miami that's worth $2 million. Leave the mama's house alone, okay? She got to stay somewhere she owed. She can't go out and find nothing else. At least without you there to help her, and she doesn't have the money, maybe. I don't know what she has, but if she doesn't, she could sell the $2 million home, get whatever she can get, and move into a smaller home and still have money for the rest of her life. Let's see. I'm going back up. Diddy doesn't seem tough to me. He doesn't to me either. Mm-mm. He got cracked for sure. Yep. Missed it. Eventually, they will move Diddy to another federal after the trial. He'll get moved, but how long is the trial gonna be before he can get in there? He might have a few months to sit up in there, Miss Misty, before he can be moved. Mr. Hands is in the building, and he says they said he talked to Ursha, talking about unaliving himself. He probably is before it's over with if they don't keep a watch on him. Um, Epstein did. He was in that same prison. He couldn't take it. When I was a probation officer, went pick up inmates from Rikers. Yes, it was dirty, but oh well. Ugh. Oh, and he can only bathe 3 times a week. I read that also. Not no every night, all through the day like you used to. Mm-mm. 3 times, 3 baths a week. Okay. Sting is saying that's what I mean by he's going to crack. Yeah. I see what you're saying now, Sting. Yeah. Because also that attorney said that you don't even get books the first couple of days that you're in there. You don't get anything. All you do is have time to think. Wow. Mm-mm-mm. And they probably not going to give you no sheets either because you can hang yourself with sheets. So what you cover up with? Just the heat from the place? Ooh, Hey, Robert Russell, how you doing? Welcome to Chatting with Ms.V. Martha Stewart served her prison time in West Virginia. What was it called? Camp Cupcake or something like that? I remember that. Yeah, I didn't know she had some kind of liquor in the liquor store either. I went in there to get stuff to make margaritas this weekend, and I saw what she had. It was a cheap little bottle or something. It was only $10.99, but I just saw her picture on it, and I said, "Look at Martha. She all off in the liquor store now." Yep. Did I miss another comment? Evans, they can't keep the prison unsanitary. Okay, that was Mr. Hands. Okay, moving on down. So anyway, that's the story that's going on right now, and I'm sure there will be more to come in the days to come. Camp Cupcake Prison. That's what I thought it was. You can walk right off the property. Oh, so that was just like a federal prison that you just go there and you it is like a hotel, Holiday Inn, huh? Embassy suites or whatever. Mm. I know. I remember reading that she met some black women while she was in there, and they really helped her to get through that time that she was serving. And I saw an interview of them somewhere when they came out. And I don't know if they have remained friends now that she's out back in the free world or not. But she was speaking very highly of this lady. And they got out around the same time. All right, so I told you, no pillows in prison. And I don't know about the cover up. What do you cover up with? Because I don't see no sheets and I don't see no shoestrings. Anything that you could choke yourself to death, But they did say that they had a lot of knives and stabbings in this prison. And that one man that was waiting to go to trial had been stabbed to death in there. Okay, let me go back up to y'all's comments. It is a cupcake prison. You can walk right out of there, says Pepper. Yes, no fence or anything. Nice inside. That's why they call it cupcake. Okay. If you ever went to Diddy's house or parties, you might want to get a lawyer. That's true. And it's a whole lot of people that have been there too. But I think what's going to really mess him up, if y'all think about it, is not so much the celebrities that went there. It's going to be those people that they brought in there against their will. That's the ones that's really going to tell the story, because that's the ones that was drugged and raped and sodomized and everything was done to them. That's the ones that's going to talk, y'all. Them other ones going to be quiet because they don't want to be, they don't want their name even called in this stuff. In federal jail, they wear khaki pants and shirt, not orange. Okay, Miss Misty. I know, right, huh, Audrey? Okay. Now, but isn't federal prison, I didn't research this, I'm asking a question. Isn't it 3 for 1 for every day served is 3 days? Do I have that right? Cassie will be a key witness because she's the one who came after him first, her and this other black guy. Yeah, because he did her something bad with all them beatings and stuff. And I saw somewhere today where he said he apologized to her. But this woman now got a husband, say, don't be calling my house. I lose my number. Hey, Alex, how you doing? Alex, I saw where you got your cash out for your lunch also. Thank you so much for mine. Yeah. So he's waking up on a steel bed with a 1.5-inch mattress and an 8 by 10 foot cell, and he has a 3 by 5 inch space in which to move. Woo! I don't think his brain gonna be able to handle all that. There are no books in the beginning, according to Michael Cohen. Yep. They should have been like Denzel Washington said, hell no. Now, I did read where Denzel had been to one of the parties but got up and left. Never went back ever again. It wasn't his kind of party. And Denzel is one of the few celebrity millionaires in Hollywood that has been with his black wife for many years. Most of them can't hang. Hey, T-Mac, looking beautiful. Thank you, T-Mac. I appreciate that. Yes, y'all, my voice is all messed up from this mildew that was in here, but I went to the doctor today and he said, just do the cough syrup thing and gargle with anything acidic like vinegar and water. And that's basically all it is. Miss Misty says, yes, 3 days for one. Okay, so it is 3 days for one. Because prison is day for day. But federal prison is 3 for 1. Okay. And you work and get paid $2 an hour. Ooh, that's gonna be another slap in the face to him. He probably ain't never in life made $2 an hour. I'm happy the hotel had videos of the domestic with Cassie, cause if not, there would be no case. Okay, so who's the lady that came up unalive and had a son and he raised a son too? What's her name? Is that the Ventura lady? Because I read where he raised the son like it was his own. But there's some foul play in that also. They have also been bringing up Tupac Shakur. And the unsolved murder about this. It might be a whole lot of stuff come out. Because, sometimes it takes years for the truth to surface. Federal prison is day by day. I have a cousin in there. He's in there for life. Oh, wow. So it's not 3 for 1. Ooh. But I always heard that federal prison also, Sting, you probably can answer this, was much better than just going to a regular prison. Like, remember when they had the Watergate scandal back when Nixon was in office and the whole staff just about ended up in federal prison? I've always heard that it's much better living conditions and arrangements there. Hey, yo, you did not get lunch either. So you can send me a cash app. I bought all my moderators lunch. And I think it was you and Miss Audrey. Miss Audrey declined. The rest of them got theirs. And you were not in here either when I offered to buy lunch for them. So if you want me to buy lunch, send me a cash app request for $25 to $Vietta Brown. Okay? Love you much. Sting say, now stay time is 3 for 1. Okay, once you actually housed in there, is that what you're saying, Sting? It's 3 for 1. Oh, okay. They speaking to you, yo. T-Mac, no younger day pictures compared to you. You were and still are beautiful. T-Mac, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. I'm just trying to hold my own at 70 years old. That's it and that's all. Stay healthy and, don't get upset about nothing. It ain't worth it. I got a clean bill of health today, so I ain't even got to worry about that. Just kind of keep on doing what I'm doing. Exercise, water, try to eat as best I can, get enough sleep, and just keep it moving. Don't let people worry you and get you upset about things, because not at this point in your life. They should have come in early in my life if they wanted to upset me. Not. Grandma just need to go on and live her life, and y'all need to go live y'all's. There is one particular guy who talked in like 2018, then he disappeared. I think they hid this man until he could testify. He was underage and he told it that he was at one of his parties underage. It's going to be a whole lot of people underage at them parties because them sons was bringing in a lot of people and they are young. Yeah, just like R. Kelly with them young girls. It ain't. I think they're easy to get because you can offer them money. Lots of money to them. If you give them a couple of $100 bills, that's a lot of money to a young girl. Go get her nails done, take her shopping, go buy her a designer purse or some red bottom shoes, something they've never had and probably never would get. Get their nails done. Just simple little stuff like that, which is not going to cost them very much at all. To bless the host is $Vietta Brown. All blessings are greatly appreciated. Thanks in advance. Thank you, Alex. Yes, in federal prison, you get better treatment and better housing compared to state prison. That's what I had heard, but I didn't know it to be a fact. T-Mac is agreeing, saying 100. I'm going to watch the Nancy Grace version of the P. Diddy story. Oh, she is awesome, Alex. I love her commentary. I mean, she comes out with it. Raw and uncut, just how it is. Stinger says she loved Nancy too. Diddy just need to start thinking about his business. He can do with his new friends for life in prison. Wow, he can just go on in there with that baby oil and they can just hook it up. He just all kind of fantasies. Sugar plums dancing in his head. Whatever he need to do, however he need to do it. Uh, sad. Mm-mm-mm. But I often thought about what made them go so wrong. Now, I understand that R. Kelly was molested as a child, but a lot of people are. And they don't take it to that extreme. Women and men, you overcome this. You know it's not right. You know it was painful. You know that person that did it to you wasn't right, that they were sick. So why would they just continue on? Why couldn't they break the habit or the cycle? Um, Wait a minute. He might as well get adjusted. It is a long road ahead for him. It is. Yep. I poured into my daughter so she wouldn't get caught up in that trap, Miss V. And that's a good thing. Sting has told her story out here on YouTube about what happened to her as a child. And she's overcome it. And now she's saying she poured into her daughter so she wouldn't get caught up in that same trap. And that's a beautiful thing because I never been in that predicament or in that kind of crisis before, but I can't imagine me having to go through that trauma and then see my child go through that same thing. That would be devastating. T Mac says, yes, Nancy is the truth. I never liked Diddy. I won't say I didn't like him, but I never just really got off into his music and his life and all of that. He just was like somebody that came out there and he made it. But in my mind, I never saw him getting it all honestly. Like maybe looking at Oprah. I see her having got most of what she got legally and legit. Because at her age, we're the same age. She would have gone down by now. If they took Martha Stewart down, they'd have taken Oprah down a long time ago. She was a smart business person. She had the lawyers. They looked over everything. She had an accountant. She had everything she needed. And she signed her own paychecks. She said that years ago on her TV show. And I watched her come up from a news reporter in Baltimore to where she is today. Really, it was a talk show that took her into different avenues and different paths. She met so many people and she garnered on what they had going on. And she didn't miss a beat. She took advantage of all the knowledge that was out there. And I can't knock her. And she's done a lot too. She's come to Houston. She's built homes here in Houston. Down the road in Texas City where I go to church. She came there and she did playgrounds for the schools there. She's done a lot just in this area, not to mention what she's done all over the world. With the girls' school in Africa, she's done quite a bit. She hasn't been stingy. And on the show, she used to give away stuff all the time. Cars. Alex said, yes, Ms. V, let's watch it. Oh, it's all tonight? Okay, Alex. Sting said money and power. But you can't let it get to your head like that. You cannot. Easy come, easy go. Look, he was a billionaire living the life of Riley out here on these streets doing what he wanted to do. Within hours, he's a broken man. All the way around, all the money he has ain't gonna do him no good now. Mm-mm. Not at all. Miss Audrey said, "Wonder was Diddy molested as a child?" I never seen that yet, so I don't know. I don't even know if there was a father in the home. I don't know anything about his earlier years. Pepper says, "Amen, Ms. V. Get therapy and help others. Don't hurt others." Exactly. Stop it. Break the cycle. At some point, it doesn't matter if it's molestation or if it's physical abuse against a woman or a man, but at some point it's got to stop. Anything can just go too far. It could be harassment, even. Stop. You can overdo anything. Know when to quit. Did he also video recorded his sex parties? All of that they found in those houses. Yep. And then I read where he recorded them and then sit there and watched them and masturbated. Come on, Diddy. He incriminated himself. The FBI have the video recordings. They got everything. Let's all check out Nancy tonight if possible, says Alex. Hey, Kendra, how you doing? Kendra, I always say Miss V. I'm Miss V. Hey, Kendra. Okay. Hey, Jules, y'all came in right back to back. Mr. Haynes say the power in the music made them seem like God effect. But you do know this, that in that music industry, it's a lot of demon spirits and demonic spirits off in there. Think about who was over the heavenly choir and got kicked out of heaven. So there's got to be a little of it up there. And that has to cross every genre of music also. You got to be careful in that music, and it's a cutthroat business. Anybody in that business who ever tried to make it or did make it, they got sliced up to get there. Because there's some things going to come out by Usher. You've heard bits and pieces of it, and he made Usher. He took him to that house as a child. He denies it. Usher does. But all that's going to come out. Hey, Sonny Day. Good evening. How are you? Oprah had an interview with Harris early. It was interesting. Okay, Carter, I got lots to catch up on. All right, Kendra, I'm just messing with you. Okay. Audrey says, unfortunately, in state and federal prisons, men and women get fired from having sex or doing wrong with inmates. And they also make babies with them inmates, too. But I don't see how you could do that. What are you going to get out the deal? You mean to tell me you would rather have a man that couldn't come and see you that's locked up in there behind bars? There's something wrong with them, too, in my opinion. Okay. Everybody speaking to JP and Kendra. His father was unalive when Diddy was a little boy. Oh, okay. So he didn't have a father figure in the home. I wonder who went to the feds and began opening up on Diddy. You'd be surprised. Well, I think, Audrey, the whole thing opened up with a girlfriend filed a lawsuit on him, and she went in first. That's how I think all of this started happening, okay? And then he has paid quite a bit of lawsuits to stop them. He's paid them off, at least 7. That's a lot right there. So that was an eye-opener for the feds to start looking at you right there. Because you crossing state lines, you going in and out the country. So you done passed state laws. You on federal laws now. Sting, is he the only child? No, I did read where he had other siblings. I don't know if it's sisters, brothers, or what. Ms.V, you know I know you, Queen. That was a typo. Okay, Kendra, I'm good. Sting, I mentioned to Ms.V, you and her need research Tracy Braxton since her death. Oh, yeah, Miss Audrey did come in and say, Sting, you like to do research also, that Tracy Braxton's husband is going through a lot of changes now along with the son, and that the family didn't go to the funeral. Is that right, Miss Audrey? So maybe we need to come and do that one also, Sting. Sliding into the show, some love, watching the game. Who playing, JP? Um, Diddy has a sister. Okay, Sting says she has a sister. He has a sister. Audrey, they probably been watching him for a long time. That's what I'm thinking, Carla. They usually don't just nab you just like that. When they watch you and they let you go so far, and when they know they got the goods on you, that's when they hit. So they knew, and they had already contacted Homeland Security on the raid of those houses. Once they raided those houses and they found what they needed, that was it. They ain't need nothing else. His father passed away on January 26, 1972. Okay, I was graduating from high school in 1972. It's been a long time, over 50 years ago. Um, Wait a minute. No amount of money is worth your freedom. No, it's not. Not to me. I don't like that. I like my freedom, being able to get up and do what I want to do when I want to do it. Miss Audrey's agreeing with me. Ms.V, how much time do you think he's looking at? Until he's too old, where he's got dementia, or he's almost dead, or life, one or the other. I don't see them giving him a short sentence at all. I would be shocked. I think 30 plus to life is what I think. Because if he's 54, that would make him 84. And what he gonna do at 84? He ain't even gonna be able to get it up then. He won't know baby oil from coal oil. Oh wow. He was only 3 when his father passed. Yeah. But he could have got a father figure in his life. A lot of people lose their parents uh at a young age. My cousin never knew her father or her mother. Her mother died in childbirth. But she's fine. She don't have no issues. She lives in her own home with her son in Houston. She's worked and made a retirement and went back to work and got a second retirement and lived a normal life. But never, my aunt that passed away that gave me the eggs from the egg collection raised her, which was her mother's sister. So she actually came home with her from the hospital, but her mother was gone. Yes, Cassie is the one that's talking to the FBI. See, I kind of thought she opened up the doors. Evans Jaguar Wright might have something to do with that too, says Mr. Hands. Miss V, is Jaguar Wright out of jail now? I don't know, but I don't think so, Mr. Hands. Mm-mm. See, what you laughing at? But y'all, we done come up on an hour, and JP done come in here and told me that the football game is on, which I didn't even look to see what was on, because I said if I start looking at that game, I ain't coming out here to talk to y'all. So I did it on purpose. Even though my Ravens might be playing tonight, this Thursday night, I don't know. But we'll keep up with this and Sting, kind of look into that. Miss Audrey is wanting to talk about the Tracy Braxton, why they didn't go to the funeral. What is up with the family not really sheltering this child and loving on this child, knowing that his mother's gone? And why are they so cold to him and his father? And we'll come out here and we'll talk about it. The Diddy case is an ongoing federal active investigation. It is. And I think it's going to go on for a little while. We'll be well into next year before this thing goes to trial. And it's not going to be pretty. And because of what he's living through right now, I just think he's going to sing like a canary. Prove me wrong, Diddy, but I think you are. Because that's usually what they do. All right, y'all. Please hit the like button. I'm on my way out to go get my jammies on, and I'm going to lay back and watch the game tonight. But y'all take care. Have a wonderful night. Remember, like Kendra always say, pray before you lay, okay? And we'll have a good conversation about a topic tomorrow. I had a friend whose stepfather was invested for 10 years. They came in there like a bat out of hell, guns everywhere. He thought everything was cool. Yep, they always do. They slick. You don't know they watching. Because of the amount of years. Right. I remember when they did the raid in Texas City back in the day, when they put the cameras on the pole and everything, and they had been watching this specific guy for almost 10 years. Do you know that guy is still in prison for marijuana and it's legal in some states today? He been gone all of his young life. He would be close to my age now, and he's still in prison. That's the way it is. Blessings, everyone. You look fabulous. Pray, pray, pray. Okay, thank you, Kendra, and thank you for coming over. Sting says she will research it. Okay, y'all hit that like button on the way out. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for coming in, chatting with me, and we'll catch each other later on tomorrow. Much love. I'm out.